projection, 'cause it's time to wake people up, right here, right now.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Horry Sheet Show's Flat Earth Digest, Episode 9. I'm going to be covering the Flat Earth stuff that I've discovered and found interesting from July 18th to the 30th of 2017. Ready? Here we go. Have you heard that there's a Flat Earth convention happening in 2018? Nathan Oakley interviews Gary John, the operator of the event, as he describes the whole thing in a bit more detail. I'll just say that the event, being called the FEC UK 2018 for short, started as just an idea and then grew into something much bigger, and there's a chance of being more in the future. And this will be a great opportunity for those in the UK to have a bit of a meet and greet and really put their heads together for spreading the Flat Earth truth right there in the UK. Thanks to Nathan for hosting this great interview. Have a quick listen. Appropriate links will be down below.
Well, basically, it's an opportunity for people to attend a 3-day session event in Birmingham. Started off life as being just a weekend, but it's grown to the Friday evening as well, because I was trying to allow more people to have access to the actual event as opposed to just people for the weekend. So it's 2 days, 2 full days, and a Friday evening.
Next up in this video, titled Globe Earth versus Flat Earth, Boat Out to Sea 20 Miles by Steve Torrence, he makes an interesting point and shows it with a great animation. He created what looks to be a 2-scale animation of a tall ship and sent it out 20 miles over flat and curved water to simulate what it would look like to a stationary camera. If you got about 5 minutes, go watch it. However, I'm gonna spoil it for you. The flat simulation looks way more like reality, the flat water one, because, well, you guessed it, Earth's flat. But hey, you be the judge, don't take my word for it. And here's one from Del from Beyond the Imaginary Curve. He's been doing some great street interviews for a while now, and he's at it again with another set of great interviews. I really like how Del comes at some of these folks with a bunch of questions that really make them think about their surroundings and what they've actually been taught. I believe he interviewed at least 3 different people in this last video. Here's a small clip from a video titled Flat Earth West Coast Interviews Part 1. Check it out on Del's channel. The link is down below.
People say this quite often about things, how they behave in a vacuum, but the fact of the matter is we don't live in a vacuum. we live in a pressurised, gaseous environment.
We do, yeah.
So, you know, people equate, you know, oh, look how it behaves in a vacuum. And I always go back to natural science and I say, no, we live here. You know, so how does liquids behave here on Earth? You know? And when you look at that, I mean, it's pretty...
But also, I mean, you know, you look at your tides,
yeah,
are dictated by the moon and gravity. You know, so it's, you know, it's
and the slop effect.
Would it be true to say that what you're saying is what we've been taught from childhood?
I think, yeah, oh, very much so.
But you've never had any practical experience of any of that?
I've never actually tried to create a tide myself. I've flooded a few bathrooms in the time, looking over them. I've not actually physically tried to create a tide, you know.
Karen Pettit from the Sun and Moon Group had herself a good old time at a Flat Earth Day meetup in the UK over at Leamington Spa. Many people attended, including Nathan Oakley, Martin Leedke, David Marsh, Anthony Riley, Gary John, and others. I just, you know, I love how people are getting together to actually meet each other. It continues to surprise me how much love the Flat Earth people really have for each other. Here's a small clip from that day. Thanks, Karen. Links are down below.
It's back to front that way.
It looks back forward, but when you look at it, it's...
Alright, okay. Thank you. Hey, Gary's got the panna.
Uh-oh, they're talking Flat Earth on ESPN again, and, well, this time it doesn't sound so dumb, though. I'm a big fan of the idea that, you know, any Flat Earth making it mainstream is a good thing, and this is no exception. Have a listen.
See, I'm just trying to be...
Other than the planet that we see every time?
What do you mean we see? When the What roof have you been on? You saw the planet. Go.
That we see from every satellite shot.
Oh, there we go again. And they have never in our government ever dissuaded us from something, huh?
No.
They've never deceived us, huh?
I won't go that far.
Okay, so how do you know? I'm just asking, Kelvin, seriously, with your own eyes, your own vantage point, have you ever seen the world as a round figure?
Yes. Yes.
Where?
I'll tell you when next.
Okay, I will
tell you that next. And also...
And for those of you who have been following IPS, you'll be happy to know that the first Flat Earth art show went off without a hitch. And yes, what you're seeing right now is a globe pinata. It was beaten to a pulp and shoved into a trash can by the end of the day. I hear that part was quite satisfying, and it really marked the beginning of the globe exit. I spent some time watching the live stream, and it sounded like everyone there was having a real good time. I even saw a bunch of stuff sell at the art show while it was being shown live, which was really cool to see. And yes, more globe destruction happened at the very end when Kyle got up and spoke a bit for everyone. Afterwards, I hear they trekked up a mountain and the fun continued. Great job, IPS. You said you were going to do an art show, and you did a great art show with the donations from your super chat, like you said. So kudos to you. Thanks to EarthPond for this great video that we're watching now. Everyone make sure to check out EarthPond's channel and Infinite Plane Society's channel. Just go ahead and subscribe to them. They're doing really great stuff. All the relevant links will be down below. Aha! You hear that sound? That sound means it's time for an honorable mention. This is going to be a new part of my show that highlights something that's not necessarily recent, but it's worth mentioning. Well. What do we have here? I've seen this before. I believe this little contraption is what they show on the ISS when they're doing those fake spacewalks. And I've seen some really funny stuff going on when they're moving the camera around up there too. They're real careful not to make the fisheye lens camera show the Earth in any other shape than the curviest ball imaginable. But when it comes to hiding all the other fakery, well, they still make some mistakes. Bling Bling, the BS of the ISS, made us this little video showing off some interesting reflections that we can see on this particular object in the spacewalk footage. Here, have a listen to this.
I mean, seriously, it's like they just don't care anymore. They just don't care. It's a forehead. Now look, there's some studio lights. I guess that's the studio. Makes you question about whether or not they are underwater. I think they combine so many different variables, creating this trickery that it's hard to stay on top of it.
Here's another globe killer for you. It's a video from D Metdubbells' channel. I'm sorry if I butchered that one. It's titled Flat Earth and Fake Ball Earth Magic, The Impossible Moon Phases. And this is another animation that shows you how light works when it comes to phases of the moon and how we would see that light if we were stationary versus in motion. So in a nutshell, the animation shows how different the speed of the moon's phases would look to us if we were moving or not, and it goes into the orbital rotation of the moon around the Earth and how it has to speed up and slow down just to actually make that happen. And suffice to say, NASA and our science teachers really fed us a load of space junk. When you hear what is supposedly happening to keep the moon in rotation, and when you try to wrap your head around how we were actually able to land that homeless tweaker shelter, I mean that lunar module on the moon while everything was traveling at those speeds, well, it's nothing short of a fairy tale, and this video really paints that picture extremely well. Live close to Denver? If you'd like to get informed about the latest Denver, Colorado meetups, go ahead and shoot an email to flatearthisrealgetwoke@gmail.com to get put on the mailing list. Epic email name, guys. Epic. Here we go again as the Flat Earth community goes back and forth over which model is more accurate. Here is Antonio Subirats as he breaks down the azimuthal equidistant map and explains his reasoning on why it's incorrect. And this has been a real hot topic within the Flat Earth community, as many people are really breaking up into smaller groups and attempting to figure out the locations and sizes of the actual continents. Antonio gives an excellent breakdown on why the map depicts the continents the way that it does, and he offers up an even more exact depiction of the map, or in his words, the true map of our world. I've been following Antonio for quite a while, and the work he's been doing is exhausting for sure. Check out this video. The link will be down below.
Sun is The sun is a glare. That's what the sun is. This is the shape of our pond. These are the continents, the land masses on our pond. There's lots more tiny little islands, which I'm not depicting, because if you want to depict them, you can depict them yourself, okay? So this is the layout of the Earth, and you can check yourselves.
Next up, thanks goes out to Ty Gorton for tweeting these two back to me from Flat Revival's YouTube channel. It turns out that they're running a magazine contest and giving away some prizes. They're asking for artists who create things with either their fingers or their words to, well, listen to the video to see what the submission requirements are. And since my part is basically just to show what the most interesting parts of the video are, here are the prizes for what they're giving out. For more information, visit the link down below. Oh, and I've got another one from Flat Revival's YouTube channel. This time they're asking for 3 families that are willing to share their experiences as Flat Earth parents within the Flat Earth community. The stories will be told via the pages of the magazine. More on that can be found in the link below as well. Thanks again, Ty Gorton on Twitter, for this find. Oh, and check out the website tipofthebeak.blogspot.com, where he writes great articles for Flat Earth too. Pure awesome sauce. Now, here's something interesting for those of you who are studying the eclipses a bit more. What do you think of this video titled The August 21st, 2017 Total Eclipse and the Flat Earth by the Potter's Clay? This video was shared on Mark Sargent's channel this week, and, well, it highlights some interesting things about the total solar eclipse that's going to happen across the United States on the 21st of August. And what if I told you that it may be physically impossible for an eclipse like this to happen over the United States going east to west? Well, consider the fact that the moon orbits the Earth once every 27.3 days. And so that means that the Earth is spinning around 27 times faster than the moon, according to this video. If that's true, how are we able to see an eclipse travel east to west on an Earth spinning faster than the moon? This video highlights the fact that there are no good explanations for this happening on a globe model, and NASA even made an animation that shows the moon spinning super fast in an effort to maybe cover this up. There's some major issues here confusing people, and it's not hard to make an animation of something, but listen, when it comes to animations like this depicting real-life events, well, it's coming from NASA people, the same people who faked the moon landing. And look, here's something to look for too. When they're animating the Earth in space with 3D animations, try to see if the things actually spin in the right direction. It seems that that's the only way to make this eclipse work, in some people's opinion. This could be a globe killer. Watch the full video via the link below. The Potter's Clay seems to have a bunch of good videos on his channel, and I'll be checking it out a bit more as time goes on. Next up, okay, Globe Masters, mainstream science books tell us that the Earth rotates faster than the moon can orbit the Earth. It also says that the moon orbits Earth about 27 times a month. So why is this guy from NASA telling us that the moon is faster than Earth's rotation? Well, maybe it's because they're having a bit of trouble explaining our upcoming eclipse. What do you think of this one? Leave your comments down below. Wait, what? Can you run that by me again? Did you say that Jaren already debunked this one? Already? I mean, okay. Jaren from the Jarenism channel is being a bit of a pervert. Alright, you're right. He's just trying to figure it all out too. Oh, and the Potter's Clay channel has already made a response video to the Globers sending him eclipse animations. It seems like this debate is still going on, and honestly, I don't have the time to stay glued to it with all the stuff I've got going on in my life, but had to cover it from both angles because I have an extremely annoying conscience. Jaren's video, along with the Potter's Clay's new video responses down below in the description section. Supposedly, Jaren is saying that the heliocentric model explains this one well enough to work. Others seem to disagree. Let me know where you're at with this whole eclipse thing down in the comments below. I'm really interested to hear what you have to say. Now, here's one that you're going to enjoy watching. If you're a flat earther, then you probably know Eric Dubay, and if you're like me, you're already quite familiar with Eric's work. And he doesn't put out a whole lot of flat earth stuff anymore that I'm aware of, but this one came across my screen, and it's a good one. It's titled simply Eric Dubay Answers Everyone's Flat Earth Questions, and it covers a lot of ground in about 2 hours. The video is a mashup of years worth of Eric's podcasting and videos, all mashed into a single video while trying not to answer the same questions twice or explain the same thing more than once. Great stuff, Eric, and I don't care if a large portion of completely delusional truthers believe that you're a Jew-hating, tranny, reptilian, Zionist shill. I just love the work that you're doing for the flat earth. And I encourage everyone else to stop over to Eric's page and share some of his work. There's a reason why most of us know his name. It's very well edited. Have a quick listen. The link to it will be down below, along with the sort of table of contents to help you navigate the video with timestamps of when certain questions have been answered. And talk about massive kahunas. By now, many of us are familiar with Authentic Intent and his street activism. Well, he re-released some footage of his Lake Harriet adventure, and in this one he approached many people and introduced them to the flat earth. And then, at about 10 minutes into the video, something completely unflappable happens. This is what it's going to take, people. Lots more of this. The link will be down below. Check it out. Well, that's all the flat earth stuff that I've dug into this week. If you want to know what I've got going on, well, I'm still working on my Fiverr and work at home advice video series, but I'm still going through a moving process and moving house, so I've had to slow it down a bit. I can't necessarily set up my gigs yet until I'm ready to record again with all my proper recording equipment. And for those of you who are interested in saving money on Tylenol, or healing things like headaches, nausea, joint pains, and more with only your hands, I'm finalizing the notes on that energy healing live show, and it's going to be my first live stream. And just so you know, I'll be doing at least 3 of those to cover the same material in 3 different time slots of the days. So I really just want to be available to answer questions for people who are interested in that sort of thing. So I'm going to put myself out there for it. Besides, I need some practice live streaming anyway. The thought occurred to me that maybe I should do a Flat Earth Digest live stream at least one time after I got some practice, maybe. Anyway, I'm going to end this one with a song from Franco Lambeth. He created a jam that gives many flat earthers a new reason to crank up their stereo systems. If you've got something that you want to share, send it to HorrySheetProductions@gmail.com. If you make flat earth art, music, hold meetups, events, whatever, I want to help you get your stuff seen. I'm here to wake people up. Who's with me?
But do your own studies, because when you start listening to other people, or even me, man, you become, it's the same like when you was listening to them. So don't fall back to sleep, man. Keep studying, keep moving. For real. It's the Inked Up Gang, man. Yeah. hearted. Let me start it off by letting y'all know regardless, I always strike the target. Dearly departed, the souls flown over the Arctic, but when they return, they got martyred. For my soul, there is no bargain. This ain't only for the flat, so don't figure it's all company jargon. I only call it how I see it. Topaz Lab, a picture of the globe, I don't believe it. 45,000 feet, ain't no curvature I'm seeing. Fisheye lens, CGI shit in museum. Perpetrators all pale in comparison to him. Theory ain't science, man. We